Hello Capricorn, and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is a general reading for you Capricorn, just to see what's on the cards for you for the second week of July 2020. And we're just going to have a look and see what sort of energies are around you, what's the situation. But before we dive into the tarot deck, as you know, we need to consult the oracle. So I'll just give this oracle deck a shuffle and we'll see what the oracle has to impart. What messages does the oracle have for Capricorn for the second week of July 2020? What messages does the oracle have for Capricorn for the second week of July 2020? What messages for Capricorn for the second week of July 2020? Let's see. Right. Just a quick oracle spread of 2 cards to see what messages are there for you, Capricorn. Oh, you get hostilities, but you also get rest and rejuvenation. So perhaps you have difficulties, hostilities coming at you, but with some rest and recuperation, rejuvenation, you rebuild your energies, your positivity, and you can counteract any negativity that you face. So it's a balance of being on guard and resting, rejuvenating. So let's see what is on the cards for you, what the rest of the reading has for you. What messages are there for Capricorn for the second week of June 2020? What messages are there for Capricorn for the second week of June 2020? What messages are there for Capricorn for the second week of June 2020? These are noisy cards, aren't they? So they're quite plasticky, so they make a lot of noise. Let's see. Actually, I'll just take them like this. You have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Chariot, and the 8 of Swords, and they're underlined by the 9 of Coins, the 3 of Coins, and the Tower, and the Empress. And then bottom of the deck is the 9 of Cups. Right, so can you see? Yes, you can see it's all gone with the clouds covered up, the sunlight's pretty dark. So you get the Page of Cups, a new creative and inspiring endeavor may be beginning. You may want to move something from conception into physical reality. Something that you feel is going to take you towards independence, towards security, abundance, and stability. But it's going to require a lot of focus, a lot of effort and hard work. but it's certainly something which is inspiring you and exciting for you, something alluring, something that you know you're going to love. Moving on with it, yeah, because it's intriguing and it's exciting, you might want to dash off with it. Throw yourself into it. Know you're right. Know you're on the right path. But you may find that beginning without proper planning and forethought may lead to difficulties, may lead to problems, obstacles being put in your way. And I'm getting a sense of like regulations, things that you need to sign. It's just what intuitively coming out of the cards I see now. It's like something barring your way, and that's because you haven't planned it carefully beforehand. You've dived right into it with, enthusiasm and belief that this is it, this is the right thing to do, and this is the right way to go. But there's going to be I hate to say altercation, but yeah, a clashing of swords about technicalities, about legal or legislation, health and safety type things. The underlining energy is saying, if you collaborate, if you get permission, but getting permission comes to mind. But if you, with more forethought and taking advice, getting advice, and acknowledgement beforehand, will lessen the chances of this hostility being abrasive. That's your advice. That's what the cards say. Yeah. Yeah, advice from Spirit is, unless you lay down your foundations carefully and properly, this endeavour could topple. It could meet with difficulty and come crashing down, and you'll have to begin again. So I think there's a big message in this reading, is if you're starting a new endeavour, to be sure to lay down the foundations, get the plannings sorted, and be sure that you're on the right track in a formal red tape sort of way, because sure as nuts, an act of God, that's lightning strike in the tower. It would just, chances are that it'll come to light that there's certain fundamental guidelines and issues that have not been followed, and it will crash down and you'd have to rebuild it again. The Chariot says get your that's balance, getting a hold on the situation, getting a hold on what you need to do it right the first time is very important in being able to drive it forward with this determination and the enthusiasm that you have for this idea. you'll be able to maintain control, to be in control if you've planned accordingly. The Eight of Swords depicts that you might, certainly if you haven't been able to take heed to the warnings in the spread, if you haven't, you might find yourself in a position where you feel you're trapped with this endeavour and you can't move it forward, but there will be an answer anyway. If you know, there will be a way out. You will need to change your perspective, look at it at a different angle, and follow the red tape. Look at that. You know, the red tape just keeps coming into my mind. I know this is like a ribbon and a blindfold, but red tape. Be sure, if you're starting on a new endeavour this week, say Capricorn, be sure you've done all the red tape stuff, which is the boring and restrictive part. But with the Eight of Swords, it's a sort of sense of being stumped, a sense of not being able to go forward, find your way out of a tricky situation, but there is a way out. You just need to remove the blindfold, and that is change your perspective, change how you're looking at it, and you will see that there is a way out. Also in your outcome row is the Empress, and she is bringing a promise of growth, a promise that you could make this work. It is definitely something that can come into fruition, and when it does come into fruition, it will be something that provides abundant security and nurturing, protection, rewards. And this is something that, you know, if you root it properly, it will stand the test of time, and it will bring you to a place where you're feeling secure and, you know, surrounded by what is of value to you. And you've got at the bottom of the deck your Nine of Cups. This is the joyful toast of attainment through diligent hard work. You know, this chap here, he's raising a cup to himself in celebration of his achievements. They've brought him great joy. And he can now relax and recharge his batteries, because he's done it right from the start and he's built it up, this endeavour, and he has created abundance, stability, contentment and joy for himself. And there you will have your rest and rejuvenation at the end of this endeavour, which could go bumpily if you don't lay down secure, regulated foundations. So that is your reading, Capricorn. It looks very career and project orientated. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to hit the like button and have yourself a good week, and God bless you.